It's pretty cool, right? So for those of you that have seen the drop at ICAST this year, this is the Guardian Angel Light Kit. It is a remote controlled, no drill required kayak lighting system, but it's actually been out for a few months. So today's video, we're gonna break down my review after having this thing for about 4 months, some positives, some negatives, and overall just how I think about this kit. Before we get started, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and let me know in the comments of more gear you want to see a review on. Without further ado, let's talk about this wireless kit. We're going to go through what's included, how I mount it, and then some of the features, charging times, and just functionality of this awesome kit here. So a lot of times when you motorize your kayaks or just for safety, you need red-green / a white rear mounted light. Well, Guardian Angel has kind of taken that to another level of magnetized wireless mounting options for your lights. I don't like drilling into my kayaks for resale for purposes of water getting in the hull. So this was an awesome solution we picked up back at the beginning of the year off of Amazon, links in the description, to solve all those problems for me. So what it comes with, as you can see here, you have your remote, you have 2 sticky pad mounting options, which I'll show you on my kayak. You have 2 magnetized discs, and I'll show you uses for those. You can check out a video right here of how we made a DIY pole. You have your 2 mini lights, and you have your wireless remote and tethers. So these are going to be your 2 mini lights here, and they take about an hour to charge. They last about 3 to 4 hours depending on your brightness setting. But you guys can see there's a whole bunch of different things on here. Your standard on button to turn them on, a little bright neon light there for SOS. You have your brightness adjustment, and then you have your pitch on it. But the kit does come with a tether here. I highly recommend using them if they're magnetizing it, just so you don't knock it off. And there is a USB-C charging port in the back. In case you're on the fly and have a wireless battery, I plug mine in case it dies and I need it. So what's really cool about this system, it does come with your wireless remote, and you can see all those same settings on there. You can individually turn on the bow or stern, but all you do is click the button, and this is really convenient for me. We'll go ahead and not blind you guys, hold them together. If I want to turn them off and on, I don't have to go hit buttons or do anything of that nature. I don't have to have a spare battery in my kayak and wire these through the hole to it, and no drilling required. And you're just turning them off and on with your remote. It does have a nice float with it in case you drop this overboard, but this has been a game changer for me for a motorized kayak because, like I said, I can just on a turn of a button turn them off, turn them on. They're magnetized. I can take them off when I don't need them, and we didn't have to drill a single hole in our kayak. Like I said, they are USB-C powered, and the charge takes about an hour to fully charge based on my experience. And they last about 3 hours, which, you know, it could be a disadvantage if you go out early in the morning and you need to run them while you're traveling before a tournament or to a spot, and then on the way back in the evening. So I do recommend bringing an external battery charger and charging them just in case, just for safety reasons. But just for general use, 3 hours is enough time for most people to get to where you're going and get back. You come home, you throw them on the charger and wait for next trip. Like I said, they're magnetized. This is one of the discs, and it is a very strong magnet here. You can mount this however you would want to your kayak. It has a tether ring on it as well, and the back of the remote is also magnetized, so you can hear how stable that magnet is. Your Guardians are going to stick just as strong to that, and they won't come off. So a lot of people will put this small magnet under a paddle strap or even glue it underneath your hull, and it mounts right to it, no problems. And it is extremely sturdy. I've hit it with a paddle and a net and it hasn't fallen off. So these are your magnet mounts right here. They're stick on, and I put them on the bow of my kayak. Now, when you're mounting these, just remember the Guardian Angel is going to face you so it doesn't blind you. It also helps you guide for the front light. That red goes right, and that clips right in there, and it is on there. Now I still tether it using this little tether here, but once you have that on there, you don't have to reach up front. You can just hit your remote and turn it off. Now as for the rear, we kind of modified this again. We did a previous video on a DIY mount with this Yak Attack boomstick here, but this I have mounted with a 1-inch ball to a ball adapter to a plate I found on Amazon, and then I glued one of the discs, and that is just going to sit right on top there for me to remote. I don't want to take up one of my rod tubes or drill a light into my kayak, so this is right on top here on my Blackfax short stack, and when you open it, it doesn't interfere and it's small and discreet. Now make sure you pay attention to your state regulations on white lights. It has to be seen for 2 nautical miles, but South Carolina does not have a height requirement, and it's fine. There are a lot of awesome options out there for lighting, but for me, the sole win here was no drilling. Super simple way to get your red, green, and your rear safety light. And again, the link's in the description. It's not going to break your bank. You don't need a spare battery to power the lights themselves. And they made it as easy as a click of a button.